So hi, I'm Suzanne Clegg, and this is our weekly group distance healing. Today I'm excited to teach this topic because it is resonance. And probably the thing that helped me work with cancer as much as my work with Bill Bengston was my training as an acutonics practitioner. So I was senior faculty of the Acutonics Institute of Integrative Medicine. I taught sound healing in hospitals. I taught it for continuing education courses for nurses, for acupuncturists, for a bunch of other professions, massage therapists for sure. I don't know if doctors could get CEUs, but anyway, I taught it for about a decade, and it taught me. Nothing exploded my clairvoyance and my sense of being able to tell right on the spot if I was doing the right thing more than the concept of resonance, the embodied feeling of resonance, and my experience with tuning forks on acupuncture points and gongs and drums and Tibetan bowls and all that good stuff. I used to have a whole office full of all those toys, and now I'm just down to singing and a couple tuning forks. So this tuning fork has given thousands of treatments, so I'm excited to bring it out today for you. So so resonance. Have you ever wondered why you can sense somebody's mood before they speak? Or why a group can suddenly get tense together, or they can all relax together? Like I felt this on the subways in New York. Somebody would, like a beggar would come onto a subway car, and the whole mood would tighten in the cars. Everybody had to gather, how am I going to respond to this need in front of me? And but you could feel the whole thing happening and not happening. And emotions do that a lot. Emotions create a resonant field around them. So it's easy to tell emotionally what's going on. But let me go through my octave resonance approach to resonance, okay? So on the physical level, it's about two similar bodies doing similar things. So this tuning fork, these two tines of the tuning fork are basically identical, right? In terms of size and that. And if I hit one, you can notice that they're not buzzing right now, but if I hit one, I'm not hitting both of them, I'm hitting just one of them, you can see that they're both wiggling now. I don't know if you can tell that, but they're both wiggling. They're buzzing in my hand. And I only hit one. And that's because of resonance, because when you hit one thing, anything in the proximity of it that's identical to it or close, even very close to it, resonates at the same frequency. So that's how tuning forks work on the physical level. So when we meet together here on this video, even across time and space, our bodies can still pick up subtle patterns and tone and rhythms and pacing, and we can resonate together. Our physical bodies can resonate. That's part of what we could do it a little bit with audio, but it's a little more with video. So that helps activate like a coherence. And if you're watching this later, it's stored in the video. So you can resonate with the video later if you're watching it. And that's a type of resonance. Okay, so the next level up on my octave resonance healing approach is the octave of life force. And to resonate with your life force, so the life force is your chi, your sense of vitality. When you're resonating, your chi feels fuller than when you're not resonating. Your breathing opens, like you're an example, like in this natural environment. I tend to open my field and expand and relax. So you could say I'm resonating with nature. When I'm around a lot of buildings or a lot of traffic or a lot of architecture that's not organic, not flowing, I actually contract a little bit. So you could say I'm not resonating with those structures. Doesn't mean you aren't, just as an example of me. Okay. So now with this group distance healing, the recordings can also carry that same vitality. So you can watch it later and you can still feel your life force harmonizing with the life force that I'm generating right now. You just have to, it's sort of unconscious, okay? And you'll either like it or you won't like it. If you like it, you stay and watch. Okay. So now what about emotional resonance? This is starting to get where everybody has similar language. We don't have to be too geeky science with cycles per second and hertz and things like that. Emotional resonance means you feel good around somebody. And emotions, like if I'm having an emotion now, or anyway, you can watch the emotions later too, and you can recreate them. And anybody who's ever watched a movie knows that you can resonate with the recorded emotions just fine. All right? So time doesn't seem to matter with that. And then what about imaginal resonance? So what about the mental pictures in our mind? In the imaginal realm, we can tune the field consciously. We can actually resonate with what we want to resonate with. So whether it's the images we use on our image cycling list, whether it's the image of a spinning disk of light, they are not simply metaphors. They are frequencies for imagination that are actually, I wouldn't even call, like a tuning fork is like one frequency, but with some overtones, but the frequency of an image is like a chord or a choir. And if you kind of go into that, the complexity of it, you can resonate with it because we're all amazing resonating beings. All right, now the next level up is spiritual resonance. And then we're going to get into an exercise, how you can feel this, okay? If I can move quickly. So in the spiritual octave, spirit doesn't rely on time or distance. Neither does your imagination, but it's spiritual resonance is when awareness harmonizes with the underlying truth of existence itself. It's like when reality knows itself. So whether you're live or on replay, when your awareness meets that truth, you're going to resonate, okay? And if a lot of us are resonating together, it is more. Okay, so that's why we do a group distance healing. And we have all these levels of resonance. Now that's a little heady, I know, but I like explaining things and breaking things down because it actually helps me park my conscious mind. So, okay, I have a reason why all this might actually be working so that I can be here now. So let's resonate in the here and now. I'm going to give you a couple exercises and then we'll go into the actual distance healing. All right, so first of all, we can attune to anything. All right, so I'm going to pick an object. I'm going to pick my tuning fork, okay? And you can pick a cup or a pen. Actually, I'm going to pick this pen, okay? And I don't want you to think about your object, but I just want you to notice the quiet space between you and this object. And notice what happens to your breath. Maybe there's a stillness, a slight warmth. You actually have a relationship to this physical object. So I'm going to be quiet for like 10 seconds while you feel that. My dog is snoring. I don't know if you can hear that. But she's alive. Okay, good. So that's the physical. That's tuning to anything. So you can just pick up anything, Like here's my little notebook. I can tune into that and notice how I feel about it. Notice whatever I notice, and that's a type of attunement. You can tune to anything physically. Okay, so now let's tune into sound. So I'd like you to, I'll be quiet, listening to my dog snore, and listen for what's here. The hum in your space, maybe a bird or a fan. And I'll be quiet while you do that. Okay, and notice how you suddenly became aware of sounds that you were not really paying attention to before. You could say that your attention allowed you to resonate with them. Okay? And this is sort of like the life force resonance. You're using your attention to feel into the sound, which is vibrating air, but it feels different in your body when you pay attention to it than when you don't. I'll be quiet again while you feel your life force, your chi responding to the ambient sounds. And notice that as you pay attention to them, it amplifies whatever you're feeling. It's like you let the sound touch your life force and you respond. Okay, and just as you can respond to the ambient noise around you, I'm going to invite you to respond to the healing that I've already begun. And you just do it by noticing that it's there. And if you don't know how to notice that I'm cycling and already started the distance healing, you just kind of wonder. You kind of like wondering what sounds are out there. You wonder what the feeling might feel like in your life force if you were able to feel it. And you don't make it up. It's more of a reaching, a longing, a gesture of connection than it is like a big booming drum or voice or anything like that. Okay, good. Good. All right, so now let's get into cycling. So now imagine a luminous disc behind your head, and it's spinning at the speed of a bicycle, moving down the road, so about this fast. Okay, and now spin it at blender speed. And now go back down to bicycle speed. And now go back up to blender speed. Do you feel the acceleration and the deceleration? That's you resonating with the thought of speed, of this change in speed. And it's a lot of how I help people relate to doing the Bengston Method so that they can just observe changes rather than have to believe in them. Okay, because observation is usually more embodied than belief. And so generally works better. All right, good. All right, so now keep spinning, and now let's choose the perfect speed for your healing right now. And it's not super magical. You just think, like if you were going to get dressed, like what would be the nice outfit for today? What's the nice speed to help your healing right now? There's not a certain frequency, and the frequency can change from moment to moment. Good. Okay, now ask your speed to spin at a speed that will assist someone in this group who's requested healing. An animal, a person, but not yourself, somebody else. And notice if it feels like your spinner just went faster or slower, and that you could tell. That's you sensing in your life force. Probably, I feel it in my body. I guess you could just feel it in your thinking. I guess you wouldn't be feeling it then. You could sense it in your thinking. You could think it in your thinking. Anyway, I'm very body-centered. I like to get it right down into earth, right into the body, the resonance. Okay, good. And now let's find a speed that harmonizes with the collective intention of everyone here. So now we're not just cycling for ourselves or for somebody else, but there's a speed that works for everybody. There we go. When I did that, my cycle went lots faster. But there's no right or wrong, because it's your resonance with your apparatus. And some of us are violins and some of us are cellos. So there's different notes for different folks. Okay, good. All right, so if you noticed any sensation, tingling, warmth, emotion, write it in the chat, and your awareness and talking about your awareness will strengthen this resonant field. So do that now before we actually get into the thing. Just say what you felt in a couple lines, and that will help the resonance. And increased resonance will amplify the effect of the distance healing. Okay. All right, great. So for those watching later on YouTube, if you'd like to participate in real-time sessions like this, you just have to join the Spirit Gate Cancer Support Facebook group. Okay, and now we're going to go into the more formal part of the healing, even though the healing's already begun. And you can get some healing from just watching this video, because I've been cycling this whole time. Anyway, you're welcome to do that and participate in the Facebook group or participate in the chat at YouTube. All this creates a bigger group resonance. All right, so the closing line is: resonance bridges physics and spirit. It's the mediator between matter and meaning, between spirit and earth, between thinking and feeling, and life force and the physical. It's like every one of those, when you change one, it changes all of them, like all of them, because they resonate with each other. Okay, good. All right, so thank you for being part of this living experiment.